Hello guys, today we are going to see in Cisco modeling lab how we are going to configure initial router. So when we show you where we go to take so here there is an icon here that if you press it will ask open console. So then when we give open console, this will come over here. It will ask for the initial configuration dialog. So it's asking me now, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? I'm going to give as yes. So it's asking me, would you like to enter the basic management setup? So I'm giving yes. So this is a setup when you enter into the console mode of any router. You are logging into the console configuration physically as well. When you log into the console using a console port to your laptop, this is the configuration it will ask during the first time. It asks me the host name. I'm going to give as R1 as my host name. Enter. It asks for a secret enable secret. I'm giving as hello, and it asking a password. I'm also giving that as hello. It asking a virtual terminal password, giving it as hello again. It's asking me whether configure SNMP network management. At this stage I'm saying no. Now it comes up with a list of interface summaries, and it's asked me which is the interface I'm going to use for them to connect to the management network from the above interface summary. So let me choose gigabit ethernet 0/14. Let me select gigabit ethernet. So I have to type GI gigabit Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet 0/14. So it's asking this one 0/14. Selected, and I given enter. Now it's asking configure the IP on this interface. This IP is important. Like now you're going to use this IP throughout when you log into the management interface to access the router other than the console. So the configure the IP on this interface. Do you want to configure? I'm saying as yes, I need to configure. It asks for the IP address of the interface. Let me give as 8 11 8. So this is the IP address I'm giving. Now it's asking me the subnet, so I'm going to give a /25 subnet. Okay, so it's going to give me like around 126 hosts if I'm going to use this subnet. So I'm going to enter. It says bad subnet. So subnet for this interface should be 255.0.0.0. So it's asked me to say this. Let me check. So that was this IP. If I give the subnet, that's the network ID, so it didn't take it. So we need to give a host ID. Let me try again. So I'm going to give again the IP address. It's 10.118.11.129. I'm going to give enter. So it's asking the subnet mask. Now I'm going to give /25. Sorry, 8. So let's see, it's taking. So it has taken. Now it's asking me enter your selection. So there will be 3 selections. 0 is go to the iOS command prompt without saving this config, return back to the setup. 2 is save this configuration to NVRAM and exit. So we have to save this configuration to NVRAM and exit that you give to and enter. So now it's building the configuration. So the building configuration, you see the CPU memory usage is taking time. Now it's running. It's taking time to get it. It runs up to say it's coming up. This is interface is coming up. You see the terminal history that's running right now. You see the CPU usage and the memory usage as well, that's running in this computer right now. So I'm allowing it to run some more time, to take its time to complete the whole configuration. Once it completes the whole configuration, it should come up to the normal mode, where we can go to the user, check in user mode some commands, or we can go and check the OSPF process as such, to see what are the configuration that it has changed. Let me give it a minute for it to complete, because it's taking some time for the whole process to get completed at this stage. Let me give it some time. Now let's try to I am now going to go to the enable and going to the global configuration mode now. Let's see how to configure OSPF. So I'm going to go to the enable mode to check. Let's go to the enable mode. It is asking for a password. Let's give the password that we type. See here, it went to the user by executive mode, where you can execute the show commands. Now going to go to the global configuration mode. So it goes to the configuration mode. Now we are in the configuration mode. Let's now try to enable the configure terminal. It goes to configure. Let's now try to enable the OSPF process right now. So this is the command to enable the router OSPF. So I'm writing router OSPF1. Let's give enter. So that's the process ID. Now it's gone to the process ID. Now let's enter the network command inside. So I'm now going to configure network 10 network. That's the next one is the wildcard mask, and I'm going to configure it in area 0. Let's enter. So that's entered. Now we'll go for the next step. So I'm going to just give exit, type exit again. Okay, so I'm going to go to configure terminal and enable a RIP right now. So the command is router RIP. So let's enable. After we enable the RIP, we have to enable the version. So I'm giving the version number 2. Now I'm trying to redistribute the OSPF1 and the network that's created. So I've given redistribute OSPF1. Now I'm going to give the network command inside. So that's the network command. So let's give exit now. I'm trying to create a banner for the router, like this is a banner image for the router. So the command is banner execute. Let's try to bring the commands inside. So here I have entered the banner inside. So let's see, let's give enter. So it's entered. Let's see the config now. So in the running configuration, I can see the banner has been properly taken. This is the way to enter a username. I will configure the username, privilege, and a secret password. First it didn't take, and after that I gave an encrypted password, and now it has taken the encrypted password. So I'm trying to check the OSPF that is created. So I'm giving this command show IP OSPF. So it is showing me the status of the OSPF that is created. It's not originating LSC. Number of LSCs, link state advertisements, and the area backbone 0 is not enabled. We are just enabled in this router R1. So I'm checking the RIP database. So I'm giving show IP RIP database, and it's showing me this IP is directly connected to gigabit Ethernet 0/14. Now I want to check the interface summary status. So I'm showing interface summary. It will show with the packet drops, the packets in input, the TX, RX rate, everything. So right now nothing is connected. So you can see these are the interface. So in 0/14 only some packets, but there is nothing connected yet. So this is the update of the interface summary. To check the version of the software, give show version. It will show which is the OS version that is enabled, which is the iOS version enabled in this one. What's the iOS version? Everything it will show up in the show version. I'm going to save the file, so I'm just giving a write and just enter, so that whatever the files that we have saved so far, it's going to write up. This is one way, and the other way that we can use is copy running config to startup config and give enter. It will say destination file is startup config and then enter, so it will get saved. So right now, like whatever configuration you have done, it's saved in the router. So if you close the lab as well, anytime that you open this file will be there. Otherwise, when you restart the router, there's a chance that the files that you already saved in may be lost. So make sure that you write it so that the configuration files are saved. Cheers guys.